Again, welcome back to another daily Binding of Isaac Repentance. It's September 28, 2022. Another keeper run, huh? Okay. We're not going... Oh, are we still going the same place? Mega Satan? Not Mega Satan, Lamb? What's with these daily? Oh, no, not that little bastard. That's like a hard no there. Oh, no, you don't, you little shit. I'm gonna, like, go in here. Alright, well, it's worth the try. If that was the other keeper, that wouldn't work out too well. Unless there was an enemy in there, then sure. Sure. What have I been up to today? I did some grocery shopping. I gotta do some running later. It's in the evening right now, so yeah, in about a little more than an hour from now, I'm gonna go running, do some head training. Ooh, look at that, look at that. He's got the reroll thing. He's got the rollus. Roll it like it is. Drop it like it's rolls. Drop it like it rolls. Rolls and area codes. And this has got to be a super sicker room. Told ya. Told ya. Told ya. All right, let's just take this in case it's a health down. Because there are opposite pills at times. I guess we just take both of them. All right, let's go, go, go. It's the Fruity Plum cereal. Oh, I'm glad, like, I had a little bit of invincibility right there from I didn't get hit the second time. Still big oof. Yeah, I'll do some running later today. I got the turkey pre-ordered. He's got the turkey. Gobble, gobble. Well, I mean, not right now, but, like, I got the turkey pre-ordered. So, it's pre-ordered for death. So, I don't have it on hand, and it's... I mean, is it technically premeditated murder or conspiracy to murder if I order a murder of a turkey by pre-ordering the turkey ahead of time? Now, I know it's not like a person or anything, so turkeys' lives are a little bit less a little less important, I guess, I'd say. Gobble, gobble. So, I can't remember when they get back to me on it. I think it's within the week of Thanksgiving. Or the previous week. Something like that. Of previous week. Like the week before Thanksgiving. I think they get back to me on that. No rush, no rush. I mean, I'm not cooking it, you know, early. That's for gall darn sure, brother. Why is it just butting the box all the time? Like, I could probably take him, I guess. And it's, yeah, this thing again. I remember getting this guy before. Look, he's got Rotten Baby. Just kidding. It's the bone. What the fuck? It's the bone baby. I didn't even see that fly. It just, like, didn't even attack me immediately until, like, much later. All right, flies. That's cool. I love flies. I love them. Love them, hate them. You gotta love the flies. Because if there weren't any flies, there won't be any. There won't be as much disease.
Shot speed up.
I didn't even find my item room yet. What's going on here? Yep. So that's coming up fairly soon. That Thanksgiving stuff. Backlogs are getting longer. so that's to be expected. So I think by the time I get my backlogs done, it's gonna be like late October that like they end. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, I want a little bit of a buffer in case something gets out of control with the busyness of next month and perhaps even the month after. And then things kind of cools down a wee bit. Hopefully. It's the poopy scoopies. They're poopy scoopies. Oh my goodness, look at them scoop around with their poop. Imagine the stench in this room, just covered in slick, nasty poop. See, these guys are excited because they're filled with fiber. And now they're filled with death. It's still, I'm not taking the devil deal. I don't even have the money to get like the big 30-cent one if there is one in there. Yeah, I got groceries today. Yay! I got an adequate amount to where it's gonna last me for a while. Like, let's see. It might last me, yeah, it'll last me like a week, essentially, so, or more than a week. Oh my God, no. No, get me out of this room. Seriously, this is horseshit. Get rid of that little sniper right there. It was buried 52. Train killer. I watched the Hoarders episode though today. One I never seen before. And she was like, okay, so they had this one lady from Santa Cruz, California. And she was like just dictating people what they should be doing and shouldn't be doing. And then calling them a bunch of names. I'm like, good Lord. And the crew was like threatening to like stop. She keep doing what she was doing. And she still kind of did it. But then she kind of left. Because she had like this care facility or something separate from her house. It's like, how the hell are you affording this? Like a house with property taxes and bills, and then like on top of that, a care facility in California, Santa Cruz. I don't care what era it was. Like it was from 2012 though, but still, like that won't make much of a difference. Pissed expensive there. But so yeah, anyways. So she didn't show up until like the next day, on the last day of cleanup, but at the end of the day. They tried to call her to come in and whatever, and so they just did the work without her. And so they did the big reveal, which kind of surprised me. I'm like, well, if they don't have the hoarder there, how are they going to try to correct her too easily? And I guess their plan was like, well, we just use aftercare funds like we do with everybody else, and hope for the best. They go through therapy. I guess somebody died, and then like, actually, I think I did read something about that. That somebody died in the family, and then she said she couldn't do it, and then because of, you know, have to mourn to death or whatever the deal was, and then next thing happens, it's like she just didn't go in general. I think it's like, and I guess she refused therapy, and she was also going to stay at the care facility still and have people do the rest of the work at the house later on. I guess. Or whatever the deal is. Of course, that's been a decade ago. So, probably looks worse. So they didn't even finish it, but they got it just enough to where she can use have her own bedroom and everything. That might fix my stats. That might not fix my stats. We're gonna risk it. Oh my goodness gracious. Holy shit. All of them. Uh-oh. I got myself way overhead. This mess. I thought about like, oh, might fix my damage and my tears rate. It barely did shit to my tears rate. I think there's a battery in the shop. So we're not completely screwed yet. Oh, it's also a mini battery too, you son of a gun. Gotta get the mini battery. Wow, I mean, I'm not messing with this cursed item right now. I can go to hell. Thank you. No. We'll do that at least. Yes. Now we're back to square one. Hooray! Anyways, yeah, so they had that one Hoarder episode, and then they had another one. And this one was confusing too, because it was like, so this is one of the rare occasions, and this is like the end of it. It was like, one of these rare occasions where we didn't have to put up with a Hoarder that put a bunch of resistance and da-da-da. It's like, okay. But then it was like, it doesn't like deter the fact that there's some other stuff that was going on, which was like, well, first, it was this grandmother, right? And she lives by herself. I don't know the deal with the husband or whatever, because I kind of glazed over the details in that video. But anyways, this grandmother who has a grandson over. I guess supposedly the parents' excuse was like, oh, we can't find a babysitter, and the babysitter that we were getting or whatever, or we're going to look into getting, it's like a $200 an hour. I'm like, who the fuck is charging you $200 an hour to watch a kid? You're getting bamboozled with that estimate. There's obviously babysitters out there that do far less. Kidding me? And so what they decided to do is like, okay, we're gonna just stick them at grandma's place in the daytime, despite and this is like after the fact that, despite the fact that they had all these issues and these concerns about taking care of this kid, you know, properly, and also like, the concerns about the hoarding situation and unhealthy and unsanitary it is. They were subjecting that kid to do that. And they were talking about like, we even cleaned up the kitchen 3 or 4 different times, and it just kept going back to where it was. It's like, well, shouldn't it be to include the first like couple times that, or the first time or whatever it happened, that she's got a serious issue, and it's been going on for decades. Also, what's with this? Oh, my dude is shooting gold tears. Look at that. What are you, a squid? Anyways, electricity, that's weird. I never seen you, little dude. You're pretty helpful. You're pretty cool. So anyways, yeah, the whole deal with that was just silly. It's like if I had a kid like that, like I would never subject them to that kind of thing where it's like, oh, looks like I can't find you a babysitter. You're going back to your dirty grandmother's place. Haha. Deal with it. So coin up. What was that coin up? I forgot what the coin up does, by the way. Oh, it gave me an extra heart. Is that based on how many coins I have? Like Greed's Gullet? Or no? If it's just an extra heart, that's dog shit. Sorry to say. Oh wow, an extra heart. I can get like Greed's Gullet and it'll give me like a bunch of them if I had like the funds. Lacey, you gotta be thankful for the extra heart. But yeah, essentially the kid would have to climb over things, and his room, what's worse is like his room, think it was the same person. His room, like, had like cat food and cat dishes in there, and then like under the rugs, like a bunch of like mold and stuff. Oh no, that was a different one. That was a different family. That was like a couple of daughters that were staying there or something like that. They're staying in that room. They had that issue. I don't have an addiction. I don't. As there's like a huge stack of paper towels and Tupperware containers all over the place. I'm not crazy. I'm not saying like the hoarders are crazy or anything. It's just, well, I guess it depends on their lifestyle and stuff. They could be nuts, but not all of them. I collect Tupperware containers because it's gonna be the end of the world, and if I don't do it, I swear to God, things are gonna go nuts. Because when the earth burns in its fiery hells, they're gonna be lucky that I got plenty of plastic containers to store their food in there as the world is taken out by a nuclear hellfire. Oh! Okay. I think it's time to go down those four. That's right. I'm ready for the nuclear hellfire. That's why I got all these plastic containers for. So I can share with everybody. Don't you see? Don't take it away from me. I have nothing to share if you take it away from me. I don't think I'm gonna get the boss rush, by the way. Call it a hunch. Whoop worm. No, thanks. Satan. Unless we get like a Emperor card or something, but I am not seeing that. I think I messed around a little too long. Is Hush even going to be like optional though, even if we like get there next? Like, is that going to be a problem with me to take down this character? Because stats are not looking too great for that right now. Looking a little sussy bucko right now. I had a feeling that it gives me a chance to spend me coins. These are like, I swear, like this run and yesterday's run has been just this obscure whatever the hell I'm dealing with here. With like, oh yeah, like check out this room, haha, check out that, haha. And then you finally get something later on that's worthy. I mean, I got some worthy stuff, it's just not enough. It's not enough, it's never enough. But no, going back with the whole, like, kid thing being at the house, it's like, hey, we don't have the options, we can't afford it, da-da-da. I'm like, and you want to subject your kid to that mess. And what was worse, too, was, like, the kid was trying to encourage the grandmother to clean up. And he was trying to help him, but, like, oh, we filled up about a couple of garbage sacks. Yeah, and it took, like, I think they said 17 garbage trucks, it's like 17 tons worth of shit to get out of there. Oh yeah, a few garbage sacks, that's cool. We'll be down by never. Seriously. That's a thing too, it's like, so like these parents are pissed off with this grandmother that's watching this kid, and about like, oh, the mess, oh, the unsanitary conditions, all these terrible environments, and all this at the same time. Hey, let me stick old Billy here in the middle of this mess all day, every day, instead of finding like an alternative. Like they say, like they ran out of options. Like I doubt it. I really do. Go out of town, find a babysitter, word of mouth. There's people out there that watch people. Okay? It's not some conspiracy where it's like you can't find anybody. That's silly. And it just shows the irony too. It's like, oh, I'm concerned about her. I'm concerned about the safety and well-being of my kid that goes over there. Da da da. I'm like, yeah, but you drop him off there. And you're like, oh, this is my only option. Woe is me. She better clean up. Now, it's true. You can't really make someone do something. That's a given. But at the same time, it's like, well, I mean, your hands get kind of tied with a person as a hoarder, right? There's that. I can understand that. But aside from that, like, when you take your child over there, you're essentially saying, hey, look at this. Well, Billy here doesn't mind the shit around my place. Because if it was that bad, they weren't bringing him over. So there's that. And then also, like, cleaning up multiple times after her. I mean, a lot of that is really enabling her hoarding behavior. So there's not really any kind of initiative at all for her to change her ways if she's living by herself in that house. I mean, seriously. Like, seriously, like, what? Like, just think to yourself, it's like, okay. Say you're like this grandmother, right? And it's like, oh, I can see my grandson. He comes over every day and da-da-da. And they're going to have to rely on me to watch this kid and stuff like that. So there's the security knowing that I can see my grandson every day at my place that I don't have to clean up. And they can come around and clean my kitchen occasionally, like 3 different times. And I can just revolt right back to it. Like, seriously, like, what the fuck? I mean, does it make sense though? I mean, really, it's like, what would it get for her to change like that? But then at the end, for some reason, like, they say too, it's like, oh wow, she it was a surprise that she didn't put up a resistance with, you know, keeping stuff and everything. They still gonna give her aftercares and everything else because she could be just like hiding something and then like coming out of the surface later on. It's like, oh, I lost all the stuff. I gotta reclaim it. Reclaim the throne. I don't know if they did a follow-up or not, because like some of the people that they get in there, they have follow-ups years later. So I don't know. I don't follow that show that much, but I follow it just enough to where like I know some of the ins and outs of it to some degree. But that's the thing. It's just like there's no initiative. That's the thing. But like, yeah, she was able to get things removed successfully, so they got lucky there too. They got damn lucky that she was able to give up her things easily. Because when I was hearing about the story originally, it was like, well, it sounds like to me they've done this and she keeps piling it up on and stuff, then there might be some resistance, but surprisingly not really much. I'm like, okay. But like, there was not really a drive to be like, you know, to clean up or do anything, right? It's like, And I'm not trying to be an asshole about it or anything. It's just that if I had someone live in that kind of situation, and if I truly didn't have like another option or something, I'm gonna try to find another option. I'm not giving up on it. You know, to get a second job or something, even pay for it. And then try to make an ultimatum with the grandmother. With something like that. And that kind of pushes her towards doing something about it. Now, she did something about it anyways. So, there's that. So, I mean, like I said before, they got lucky because, like, a lot of times the hoarders would just resist. And what do you do? Hello. Do I even dare? That's gonna fuck everything up. Let's do it. Sure, let's just play pre-wood and petty on the keeper right now, but with more health. I'm thinking maybe we'll find more coins along the way and we got an extra heart container. Maybe something can come out of this. Missing page 2, by the way, is just hot dog shit. I'm not taking that item. And plus we can fly. But yeah, the big problem is health. I did it to myself. So it's not like, oh, I had no choice. All right. But I want to see what I can get out of that cigarette room. That's pretty useful. That's not. That looks like it could be useful too. I hate when they take my energy away from me, man. I hate the shit out of that. I hate that new concept. That just boils my blood like it's nothing. Yeah, I hate that. Like, oh, you dropped that item? Guess what? Deal with it. Sad bomb? Sure, we'll get this too. Well, hopefully we got enough charges now. I feel like we might be able to.
Vested?
Yeah, we just gotta find a card now. Teleport out. Alright. But you get what I'm saying, right? It's like, in order to get an initiative like that to change, you gotta be driven to do it. You know what I mean? You can't be like, oh, this is just for me? Da-da-da, nobody else? I mean, it's obviously gonna be for them, but like, there's some like not so much of a deeper connection. It's like, oh, it's just for my well-being and nothing else. Oh, fuck that. I hate my life. Why the hell would I want to clean up after myself to look pretty? Rather wallow in shit again. I think it was the same one that was using a plastic sack to like poop in and everything. I'm like, good God.
The fool.
I'm proving the world that they can't stop me. I shit in my britches. I didn't say that they're gonna stop you for that. I'm saying you shouldn't be doing that. Well, now you tell me. I actually knew, or not personally knew someone. I know someone who knows someone who was in a hoarded house, and she got so bad that like the whole bathroom and stuff wasn't accessible. And so she just like essentially crapped in a bucket and stuff. Like straight up. I mean, she's still a hoarder, but she's moved, so I'm not sure if the hoarding moved with her or not. Now, around the time when I was told about it, she was like long gone, I guess. Well, she's not dead or anything, but she's still alive out there. As far as I'm aware. Like, I'm not checking her pulse or anything. Update, she's still alive. News at 11. But yeah, she would, got bad at the point, I guess, that, I'll take that. Hell yeah, Satan. It got to the point where, she had to move somewhere else, and somebody had to take care of her and everything else, and she left the mess behind, so some other people were moving in there, and well, they haven't moved out the mess. So now they become the hoarders, inherited hoarders. Now I would have dumped that shit like it was a nuclear weapon. Like I would nuke that house in orbit with all that stuff that's in there. Like it's gone. Like get everything out of that house, kind of deal. Not putting up with this nonsense. Soul the Lost, huh? I think that does count as a one-up, maybe? I think. I can't remember. But we're doing okay here so far, though. I say so far. Because we're not even at the lamb yet. Gotta be careful of that fly. I've seen plenty of like different episodes, like different kinds of outcomes and all that stuff. So it all varies. That's too late for that. Why would you give me that golden thing? Unless it's intended to work on the next floor or something, which it won't. I assume the golden one would give me like maybe double the shops, or maybe be like a shop with a guaranteed greedless room. Something. I don't know. Should be in the wiki somewhere. I like how I just like pick up that. Turns from a key to a sack, and the sack turns into a couple of little batteries. It's paradise. Too late for Hush 2. And I'm not going to Hush. Nuh-uh. Not with this run. It's too late to do Hush anyways. They squandered it on purpose. Purposefully. Alright, that's the highest angel deal chance we can get. Unless it's a sacrifice room, but I'm not doing that. 24 damage. Alright, here we go. Let's go. We got a slowdown effect in this room. Angel deal, baby. Holy mantle, baby. That's like a huge thing here. Now we are like really set now. Well, at least, like, she was able to have a clean space for her grandson to stay in, and she can live more comfortably and less stress-free. Or whatever, but... And you know the wild thing is, like, the kid, I think they say was like 7 or 8 years old. It's like, shit, he's like 17 or 18 now. That's wild. feeling old yet? Yes, I am. Sometimes I forget about these episodes and they, like when they were aired until you see the end of it. 2012 is like, oh, that person might be dead, or this person's probably like worse off, or this person's growing up to be an adult now, or whatever. I kind of wonder what happened to the, there's this one family. It's like two, like 30 or 40-year-olds living with this couple. Their kids were living with their parents. And they were always just like fighting and arguing, and they wouldn't get anything cleaned up. And then as they were making progress, they found out that house, because it was so saturated with piss, from anything, animals, whatever, that it caused structural damage to the house to where it's not even stable to stay in there. And so they all had to get out. And so the whole house was condemned. So at first it's like, oh, everything's looking great, da-da-da. And then it just, oh, shits on them. With this reality. And then, well, they had like over a dozen animals, like well over a dozen cats. They kept finding dead cat after dead cat. And a lot of them like were like really sick. And then like a couple of them were like, I think a couple of them died by the time they were captured. Something like that. I think. I'm like, wow. And then like in the end of it, it was like, okay, well maybe there would be like some kind of a resolution with the house and stuff. And they had like this kind of like epilogue thing where it tells you what happens after the show. And it was like, essentially, it's like they all got an apartment together to live in. And they got like 4 cats now. Or how many cats? And da-da-da, and hoop-a-doo. And half price everything, baby. You know, I should have just did a reroll. What was I thinking? All right. Piercing's not bad. Do we get Leviathan? Is that what I got a transformation of? All right. I might as well do it. Right after we clear out this floor and then come back here. Of course, we don't get a reroll dice anymore, but we probably don't need it. For the reroll thing. I'm glad I took the one stopwatch thing, the broken stopwatch. Kind of worried that maybe I get like a bunch of fast rooms, but not so much here. Real nice. So they all just kind of moved together, essentially. The adult kids and everything. So, like... And they were always fighting with another thing. Screaming at each other and whatever else. Like, damn. What a mess. Not good enough. Well, actually, that might get me conjoined. I think about it. Uh-oh. Do I want conjoin? Let's see if that works. Apparently not. You're first, buckaroos. Doesn't count as conjoin for some reason. Little Abaddon. Body in a box and Fate's reward. Doesn't count. Amazing. We got one, maybe 2 more reroll chances here. Probably have left. They estimate it's like about 3 million hoarders in the U.S. Imagine they just went through every single one somehow. I know that's like almost an impossible feat, but if we have like a big organization with like, I don't know how many millions of people that get involved with it. Like, you know how much an effort that would be? To pull that off? It'd be like a sophisticated effort. Let's say like 5% you can't really change over from hoarding or something. Then it's... I mean, still be a big number taken care of.
Feels like I'm walking on sunshine.
Just lots of stuff here, huh?
Pretty fly. Health up.
You go squish! I see one of those 1-800 guy junk trucks before in person. I'm like, what? I seen that from Hoarders. It's that truck company. So I don't know if they're just like, I mean, they're probably infamous from that. That's cute, baby, sure. Kick it. Let's kick it to it. Do it to it. Do it. Kind of impressed with this run, though, here. I thought it might have been kind of an issue to be taking this dice over anything else, and it's been working out nicely so far. Real nicely. And we will part ways pretty soon. I'm going back here to just grab some extra points. Strength card. I'm gonna hold on to it because that will heal me, I think, and it'll also give me like extra damage in case something goes wrong. Soul of Isaac, you know, fuck that. All right. Screw having like any like backup plans. Let's do it. Let's see. You know, I have an idea. We'll reroll all that stuff in that other room. Oh, okay. Never mind. I don't know if that's a bug. I'm feeling like it's a bug. But if you have Book of Virtues and you use that, you don't get diddly shit. All right.
Soul of Isaac.
I pressed the wrong fucking button. I meant to press the space bar. Because I was going to use that to reroll the devil deal stuff if it didn't go well. Whatever. I think delirium counts as a conjoined item too. So... yeah. Could join familiar. So I might take that. Another soul lost, huh? Hermit. May you see the values in life. Can you just see the values? Can we do it? No.
Lost.
I didn't think it would work that way. It's weird like this character. I guess we just create wisps now on. I know my tears rate's like worse because I picked up that item, but I still defend it. It's still good. I need more monies. We can get conjoined. Where's my monies? There's a penny there, but... Alright, I think we have enough there for... What's his name? Really? Does not count, huh? I call bullshit alert. I might get Book of Belial next, too. Might as well. It'll stack up together. But yeah, the person... Anyways, going back to what I was saying before, that person that I know that knows this person, they had to do that. Another thing, too, is like they had to bathe with the sponge bath and everything, because, again, the bathroom, which is only one bathroom in the house, like in this upstairs, in this hallway, was inaccessible because there's, like, a bunch of stuff. Which, it kind of blows my mind, really, because it's like, okay, so you stacked up so much crap in your house that you blocked your bathroom. You blocked your bathroom by putting it all in your hallway, and then you stopped having a toilet, so you just poop in a bucket. That blows my mind. Same thing with the kitchen, too, where it's like, you know, had so much crap everywhere that they had to have somebody else to come over to cook them something and stuff and bathe them. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. And what was worse was the husband of his, which he's been deceased for a few years. He was a hoarder too. They were both hoarders, full-blown hoarders. And I guess the husband would go out, from my understanding, would go out and go to these auctions, scrap yards, and everything else, and just buying useless shit. And was doing, and it's one of these things where, with some of these hoarders, they have all these side projects, quote unquote, that they want to do, and they have all this junk, and they get all this junk, and it's so much spread out to where it's like they're not even working on these projects. Like, there's just too much stuff to do anything with. So essentially, that was the problem. I don't think, I mean, you popped the book, did I? For that boss fight. But yeah, it just blows my mind with that kind of stuff. It's like... Didn't really clean, like, they bought a bunch of Swiffer dusters and stuff too, evidently. And, like, a bunch of them. And they never cleaned up anything. And another thing too, from what I was told about that hoarded mess, was like, the further you get into, like, the papers and stuff, the older it gets. So it's like topsoil, right? Essentially, you had all this this old mail from, like, I think they said as far back as like the 90s or maybe even the 80s. And just kind of just piled. And the top pile is obviously like the earlier stuff or whatever. They're fine Swiffer dusters and all those other stuff unopened. Keep in mind, unopened. I'm like... You just can't live like that. And they had a bunch of expired food, too, in the fridge. From as far back as, like, the 70s. I'm like, you kidding me? 614th place, 911th place in time. Yeah, I mean, I could see that. I'm not surprised I'm like ranked that like that because I didn't make the boss rush and Hush. And I kept picking up a bunch of items and everything else I didn't really need, I guess. But, oh well. We made it. That's what matters. Anyways, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.